How's everybody doing today? Wonderful. Well, you've heard it said that life is a marathon and not a race. I'm here to tell you that's just not true. Life is neither a race nor a marathon, but it's many races. For me, one of my races in life has been my weight. Almost 3 years ago, I weighed over 600 pounds. I was in a wheelchair most of the time. If I had to go anywhere, I had to be in a wheelchair. I was in the hospital almost every week from falling or leaving church one day. I fell in the snow. I just moved back down from North Dakota, so I fell. I was in the snow for almost 2 hours. Someone saw my truck door open and came to close it and stepped on me and found me. I was covered in snow. When I was 3 years old, the only thing I wanted to be was a G.I. Joe. And of course, that turned into, later on in life, wanting to go into the military. And when I was in high school, I went to Vanguard High School here in town, go Knights. I was in the ROTC program. And a few days after 9/11, when the recruiting stations opened back up, I went and I signed up to go into the military. But because I was misdiagnosed as a child with an eye problem, I was not able to go in. And that devastated me. So I had spent the past 17 years getting ready for one thing, and that was military. At 17 years old, I should have been applying to universities, colleges, and I had done none of that. And so I attempted suicide several times because the depression was so bad. And I realized one thing I was really good at was eating. As the one thing that I had total control over was eating the food. I had no control over stopping it, but it was an addiction. And I got so big that I ate myself into a chair. It was nothing for me to go to Pizza Hut. I would go to Pizza Hut and I would order 2 large pizzas and I'd say, please, don't cut them up. And I would take them home, I would roll them up like a burrito, and I would eat them both in one setting. And then I'd feel so bad about that an hour later, I'd eat a half a gallon of ice cream. And that was my life for several years until I was at the doctor's office. Well, I'm going to back up from there. When I was that big, I was a pastor at a church, and I got to the point to where I couldn't stand up behind a pulpit long enough to preach anymore. And I asked God every day, God, if this is all you have for me, please just bring me home. And I begged God every day for a couple of years just to bring me home. Every single day I would ask him that. God, is this the day you're finally going to bring me home? And then at the doctor's office, he told me 6 simple words. You have 6 months to live. And that hit me with like a ton of bricks, and I fought with every ounce of my being to stay alive. I realized I do not want to die. I do want to live. And the doctor said, at this point, your only chance for survival is bariatric surgery. Does anybody here know what bariatric surgery is? Gastric bypass surgery. And so weight loss surgery. He said, at this point, you're literally your only chance for survival is this surgery. And he said, I don't know if you're going to wake up from anesthesia. He said, but if you don't have the surgery, you're going to die. He said, if you do have the surgery, he said, I don't know. And I told the doc, I said, look, at this point, I'm okay dying knowing that at least I was trying to do something about it. I said, let's do the surgery. You know, it was a race against time. It was a race against my future. It was a race against my right to live, my very right of existence. But my cannot turned into I can, I will, and I must. And in that race, I found my second wind, and I won my race. And now, of course, I have been on a new race, and I have started a career as a motivational speaker. I speak on weight loss, lifestyle change, and finding the plan that God has for your life. And life now is absolutely amazing. And so I look at this picture here, and it doesn't even look like me. I was just telling somebody this morning, I got pulled over by a cop when I was in North Dakota, and they told me, this is not your license, and I had to show them pictures, say, yes, it is. But, so, like I said, I speak on weight loss, lifestyle change, and finding the plan that God has for your life. I want to thank you so much for the opportunity.